Today's video is looking at Mienfoo, specifically in the trading card game, though I will also talk about it in the video game. Mienfoo is a favourite Pokemon of mine, and I feel it is unloved and abused by Pokemon, both in the video game and in the trading card game. And here we have the 8 Mienfoo cards. Top line is Japanese, then English, and English reverse. And I'm going to just quickly look through them in this somewhat brief video, I suspect. So I will bring this camera in and we will look at the cards. Actually, I'm going to put the board down here and bring the camera in a little bit more, and we will look at the 8 Mienfoo cards. So the first card that came out was in the Red Collection in Japanese and in Noble Victories in English, and is by Match, who has a very distinctive style with the strong black outlines on things. The competency of the character here is good, but the background is incredibly dull. And this is going to be a theme, you will see. And then the second card that came out was by Midori Harada from Psycho Drive in Japanese and Next Destinies in English. I don't like Harada's work at all. This is very muddy grey, dull, bit more character in the background, bit more detail, but it's not an appealing background. There's something very wrong with the perspective of the ground here. I don't even like the Mienfoo in that card. So that's the second one. The third one is by Sugimori and is it's probably the only slightly difficult card to find for this collection. It's a very easy collection to put together if you're inspired, which I suspect no one would be. It came out in a Tepig deck in the National Beginning set in Japanese, but it was in Boundaries Crossed in English along with the next one. And a very competent piece of Sugimori character, as Sugimori always does. Cartoon graphic, flat colour, but the background is forgettable and uninspiring, with nothing much happening there. So that is the third one. Sorry, put that properly back in the sleeve. The fourth one is Masakatsu Fukuda. We're back to a period here in Fukuda's art where he's given up on the strong black outlines on things, gone back to a thinner outline. And rather like Sugimori and a couple of the others here, the actual drawing of Mienfoo is very good, really good, but flat. You know, it fills the brief. During this period of time in the TCG, so many of the cards that were turned out had this incredibly dull background. There was, I suppose, representing a route in the game or something, but a bit of out of focus, blurry grass and some stairs and a log and some yeah. I get very bored of seeing that as a background. It's lazy. It tells me the artist is not truly invested in the project. Negishi, I don't like their art style at all. Lumpy cliffs are just gross. I don't get what's going on here with this impact point that's being suggested, but on a bent leg, which doesn't make sense. I don't like anything about that card particularly, other than this got Mienfoo in it, who I like. Very fond of it as a Pokemon. And it's really let down in the games, because in the games it always turns up very late in the game when you don't really care about it. You don't want to add some little mono fighting Pokemon to your team, and it takes forever to evolve into Mienshao at some ridiculous level. So it gets caught, put in a box, forgotten about, and that's not right, because it's a really sweet little Pokemon. So this one is by the NC Empire, and it came out in Rapid Strike Master in Japanese and Battle Styles in English. And at least NC Empire has tried something different with this stretch perspective, which is echoed in the sky, and Mienfoo stretching between two posts with a bit of a dojo roof or something in the background. But again, it's not a card that tells me the artist was absolutely committed to doing something great. And this is another example. This is by Yu. And rather like the Sugimori or the Fukuda, the actual depiction of Mienfoo in this is excellent. I think that's a really nice little drawing of Mienfoo. But the background, how many times have we seen this background? This fisheye lens of a bit of cliff and sky and swirling clouds and some flying bits of debris. It's just dull. Yet, you know, the drawing of Mienfoo, very competent. And then the final one that we've had so far is by Natsumin Yoshida, and that came out in Ancient Roar at the end of last year and Paradox Rift in English. And we've gone for a more stylized card here with the Eastern Asian generic background of some lumpy tall mountains and curly edge clouds and a bit of tree. It just doesn't work for me. This leg. I mean, look at the leg. Do you think someone's cribbing? It looks like they thought, oh God, I've got to draw Mienfoo. Let's go and look what other people have done. Oh, okay, that's what Mienfoo looks like. But you know, it's incredible similarity between the first and the last cards. Homage maybe, or not. So where you get is this. What you've got here is 8 cards that really are kind of samey and dull and forgettable. There's nothing special going on here. So when I say this is my favorite card, it's a clear choice. We've got Mienfoo here, and this is as a supporting character in an Empoleon card by Chibi from Battle Master. No, what was it called? Rapid Strike Master? I don't know. It was Battle Stars anyway. And this is one of my top 10 cards of all time across all Pokemon cards. I absolutely love this card. The artwork, the foiling, the texturing. I love it. The way flat. Yeah. So this is a near flawless Pokemon card, and it shows that if you actually care, Mienfoo can be really, really cute and cool. Because that is a very nice depiction of Mienfoo doing. It's got look at his little eye. So this just having Mienfoo in the background of another card, leagues better than anything presented there. I'll do a video on Mienshao as well, which is a little bit less boring. There's at least there's an Akitsu to look at, a couple of Akitsus. But for the moment, this is all I can show you in Mienfoo, a desperately unloved Pokemon that needs a bit more respect, I think.